Hey guys, it's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. So, I just watched The 100, episode 510, The Warrior's Will. And the funny thing about it is that I was ready to watch it last night, and then I didn't, and then I went to the CW channel, didn't see it, and then I missed the first half of the show, and then I finally found it. So, I don't know what that was about, but yeah. So, basically I watched the last half of it twice. So, basically, the episode starts with Clark and Maddie leaving the bunker, and Maddie has the chip in her, and Clark is basically trying to, throughout this episode, get Maddie to understand that becoming the commander is not what she wants. It might seem kind of cool or whatever, and with the chip, I think to her it seems like it's like what's meant to happen with her. But Clark is just, she's not gonna let Maddie put herself in that position and overthrow Octavia. Like, she's not gonna let that happen. In this episode, we see Abby dealing with withdrawal symptoms. And she goes to the most unlikely of people, in my opinion, for help, Vincent, who is, as we find out, basically a cannibalistic biter, as I put in my notes, a biter. And he is very, very much a biter. But it's funny that I feel like he's like the last person I would have expected. But at the same time, like he says in the episode, I guess I can understand, like, you know, he understands that need for something that isn't good for you, but it's just something. And also we see McCreary is not doing well, and he's trying to kind of manipulate. But yeah, McCreary, because he is sick, he's trying to, you know, have leverage over Abby and trying to get Abby treat him for, and then she gets what she wants, but that doesn't happen. Throughout this episode, I feel like we see Octavia, or Lorena, battling her old self, I think deep down inside, and she even says it multiple times in the episode that she's trying to save Bellamy. Which I feel like, for as crazy as she's been this season, if she was really evil and crazy, I mean, she's still crazy, but I'm just saying, like, if she was as evil and crazy as we thought she was, I feel like she would have just had no mercy for Gaia, Indra, or Bellamy, which isn't the case, because she says in the episode that she loves Indra, but that Bellamy's blood, and she even goes to him before the fight and tells him that, you know, well, she reminds him of when they were kids and how, I guess, she cut herself really badly, and he, like, cut himself, like in his arm, and they showed him, like, touching the scar, and how, like, he did that for her, and then after that scene of, you know, Bellamy trying to save her and trying to stop this war and trying to just get Octavia back to who she was and trying to understand, which I mean, but when you don't see somebody for 6 years, it's hard to comprehend understanding what somebody went through for 6 years. I mean, that's a long period of time for any situation or anybody. I mean, a lot of things change. I mean, 6 years, I mean, you could become a completely different person in 6 years. And then after that scene, we see her cutting her arm in the same place and putting the blood on her face, and I feel like that was very symbolic of her trying to do the same for Bellamy, trying to save them by, in a symbolic way. Maybe I'm wrong, I usually am, but yeah. Octavia tells Monty and tells them that farmers won't save the world, that warriors will. And I was like, that's the title of the episode. So yeah. The main thing I was looking forward to in this episode was definitely the fight between Gaia, Indra, and Bellamy, for sure, 100%. And I wasn't disappointed, but to be honest, I was a little disappointed in the fact that none of them killed each other. Which, I mean, I get that they're pretty big characters in the show, but at the same time, I feel like it was kind of disappointing to see that it just kind of, it went from cool fighting, awesome warrior action to just to Monty coming in with the algae in the hydro farm and basically telling everybody that Octavia knew about the hydro farm and knows that it could be a source of food for them instead of them having to go to war to fight for this valley that they don't even need. And then of course when that happens, there's basically a riot and everybody just goes crazy, and then Octavia leaves and they go looking for Octavia, and unfortunately they find her and she's burned the hydro farm down. And when they find her doing this, Indra says that she's taking away the choice. And then Octavia, Blood Reina, says that you still have a choice. Stay here and die, or come with me to the valley and fight like a warrior, basically is what she says. And she looks very like her looking like really crazy with the flames behind her from the fire. It's pretty impactful, that's for sure. I mean, I like that Monty is trying to come up with a better idea, because I think he's just tired. And this has been discussed in other episodes, of course, but he's just trying to just stop fighting. He wants to find a solution that doesn't kill people, which I completely understand. But to be honest, I kind of feel like it's kind of, I don't want to say not a strong position. It's just, I just feel like I kind of just find him this season to be kind of, I don't want to say weak, but maybe a little weak. I mean, I love Monty, but I just wish he was, like, I just don't see him, I've never really seen him as a very strong character, or a strong, like, warrior type person, which, I mean, he's not that person, but at the same time, I just feel like he could be a strong character. He could be a strong person. I mean, he is a strong person, but I feel like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like kind of like, I'm not sure how I feel about Monty, to be honest. I understand where Maddie's coming from with the chip. You know, she has this chip in her head. She's seen these memories of these other commanders and their deaths and what they've gone through and everything. And that can't be easy to see. But also, it can't be easy to ignore that. But Clark is trying to get her to ignore it, basically, and to just remind her that she can't become the commander. But to be honest, in this episode, I did see sparks and moments where I feel like she'd be a good commander. And especially when they were trying to find Dioza, and they found some of McCreary's guys, try to get the information that they want about Dioza. And then Maddie just like, you know, and I was like, okay. And that's how I felt also about Octavia, Blood Reina, torching the hydro farm. Like, I was like, okay. I should have expected it, but I didn't really expect it. But yeah, I was like, and then of course Maddie used the excuse, well, the gun, they would have heard the gunshot. And I'm like, I mean, true, probably, but I mean, did you have to kill him? I don't think so. So I don't know. I definitely think Clark's scared that she's gonna lose Maddie and that Maddie's gonna become the commander. I don't know what's gonna happen with this war. But at the end of the episode, they're all going to war. Octavia is leading her people, including Bellamy and Indra and Gaia and Monty and Harper. They're all going to war with their 6 days of rations. And I'm definitely interested to see what happens next. Also, Maddie and Clark find Abby basically out of it. Completely, like, passed out from drugs. I don't know if she overdosed or what happened. Probably, maybe she took some pills, but it wasn't quick enough for, like, things to happen. I hope she doesn't die, but I feel really bad for Abby because there are studies that show that sugar addiction is very similar to drug addiction, and I can definitely account for that because I have a humongous sweet tooth, and I mean, I can tell you, like, sugar is definitely addictive. So I loved, oh my god, I think my 2 favorite characters this episode were definitely Bellamy and Octavia. I just felt like Bellamy was just so emotional and strong and badass and just so, like, amazing. Just so badass and cool, but also very vulnerable and emotional because he obviously still will and will always love Octavia. And, like, I do love that Octavia hasn't completely just become a different person. You know, she still cares about Bellamy. She's still aware that he's her brother and that he loves her and that she loves him. And I think that that's a great thing that, you know, she hasn't completely gone to the dark side, but to be honest, torching the hydro farm, I feel like it's a little bit of a notch towards not the right, obviously, direction that we want her to go into. But the disappointing thing was honestly just like the fact that nothing crucially changed this episode. A lot of things happened. I mean, the biggest thing that happened was definitely the hydro farm getting torched, in my opinion. But other than that, nothing really other than that changed. And I was kind of, I mean, to be honest, I know that, like, you know, if Gaia or Bellamy or Indra died, it would be a huge thing, and that's more of a series. It's more of a season finale kind of thing. But if you're going to have three awesome characters fight like that, you should at least have one of them get almost like fatally injured or killed or something. You know, I just felt like it just kind of felt like anticlimactic for that to happen like that. But maybe I'm wrong, possibly, it's definitely possible. And yeah, those are my reactions and review of this episode. Overall, I'm very happy with it, and I'm very excited for next week. I just don't know what's gonna happen next on the show. I don't know what's gonna happen with the war. I hope that Bellamy and Clark make up, and I hope that Clark can convince Maddie not to become a commander. But at the same time, I don't know. I mean, with the chip in her, she might just become so enthralled with the memories and the feelings and the pain that she might just, I mean, it's probably not something you can ignore, obviously, so who knows. But yeah, those are my thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell to be notified of when I upload new videos. I am starting my new job tomorrow, so I'm hopefully not gonna be, like, you know, missing days of uploading, but we'll see what happens. I'm excited and nervous, and I hope you enjoy this video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!